So this is the thing I'll never really understand. And I mean, very soon I'm gone, so who cares? But I come into the lot, there's 2 whole cars in the entire parking lot. And one of them is right beside my spot, which is way in the corner. I mean, literally way in the corner. So, I mean, kudos to not taking the spot when there are so few cars in the parking lot. But I don't even understand what the appeal is for that corner. I picked that corner because I could nap in the car and open up the windows, and I didn't have people walking past me because, you know, when I parked over here, people going to and from lunch would do. But I mean, look at this. Seriously, look at this. That's Christina. She's the only other car in the lot here. So somebody comes in and they think, well, out of the entire lot, I think I'm going to go into a corner. Now, that's not a person that's ever been there before. Usually it's a guy with a Ukrainian flag and a minivan. So it's not like this is a traditional thing. It's not like this is a pattern of behavior. It's not like this is their spot or their area or whatever. I just don't get it. I just don't get it. The randomness of pulling into a parking lot, and instead of taking the great spot is right there, because then you get in the car and you just drive. Yeah. No, didn't do that. Way into the corner. And then right beside me, and clearly has been here before. Otherwise it would have just taken the corner spot, which it didn't. I just don't understand these things. May the 5th, by the way, 2022, still gearing up for the move. Well, let's talk about the move. Because this is definitely one of those situations where I'm having to stay in the Spock zone. There's nobody in the elevator. And what I mean by that is, logically speaking, this is the best idea that's ever been made. But in my heart, I'm an Ontarian. When I arrived here on May 8th, 1994, 95, 94? 95, May 1995. I felt like I was returning home. Home. And Ontario is home. And it's weird to say that, because I have to acknowledge the fact that I was not born in the GTA. The place I was born is hundreds of miles from here, north of Ottawa even. But it's still Ontario. And Ontario's home. So I'm going to have that problem, because that's the emotional end of it. That's where that becomes its own difficulty. That's where I'm having problems with the move. Ontario is home. Yeah, so there's the date, May 11. I really dropped the ball on this because with the move and everything, I intended to do a lot more documenting of it. And that hasn't been happening. I've been rather focused instead on getting her done. So we had 2 of these. These are the PAX wardrobes. We've been using them as storage shelves and everything. When I say we had 2 of them, we still technically have 2 of them. It's just they were set up right beside each other, and already, as you can see, are 17 boxes of books. These are heavy. And so the PAX was disassembled so that the space could be used to begin packing up the library. And when I say library, there's 3 of them into here, and that was all a part of, starting to, I want to say stage. Stage has clearly got a different meaning for people than that. But, I mean, there's all this other stuff that is unique to our occupancy of this building, because I doubt there are many units where people have taken what is effectively dead space and built a temporary cabinet above it. But yeah, this was one of the first things we did. So all that has to be packed. All the stuff that's on here has to be packed. This has to be packed. I assume we're going to take the big piece of metal. And that's not even getting to the stuff over here that needs to be packed, the stuff on top that needs to be packed, and all of the things that are in the kitchen cabinets that need to be packed. And that's just this room. So as we go in, if you saw the video where we took down the fake wall and then reoriented the living room this way, that was all well and fine. That was done for the purposes of opening up that space for boxes. So yes, there are boxes there now. It also required compressing the cat space, because his thing used to connect to that thing, and it used to be over here and occupying a whole wide area of it. Now it doesn't. So these boxes are empty, but these aren't. These are mostly collectibles. And when I say collectibles, I mean spaceships. And then we get over to here. Almost none of this has been packed up. And, well, I have emptied out a few shelves on this bookcase. The fact is, it really doesn't look like it, does it? It looks like the bookcase is still full, but it isn't. And then that takes us into the so quote-unquote storage room, which this tower of things, most of which puppets, cables, I guess, puppets, and stuff. And then behind which we have a lot of boxes that are, you know, long-term, for lack of a better word, let's say archive stuff, mum stuff, video cassettes, things that I'm going to have to go through. But we still have the bookcases that are in here, which are largely files and notes and photo albums and that sort of thing. This one I've done a fair bit of packing of, but look, then we've got the shallow DVD bookcases, and when I say shallow, I mean that's how deep they are. And they're good for DVDs, they're good for pocketbooks, they're good for VHS movies, they're good for a lot of things. Speak of the devil. That's going to have to be packed. These are 2 book boxes that I haven't yet moved over there. And then we get into here where, in order to make room in the storage room so that I could get access to the storage room, move some of the things out there. And of course, this is what we call the bat cage, which is on wheels. That, I don't know how much of that needs to be packed, but I know that some of it is basically empty boxes waiting to be packed. There's more boxes up there. There's boxes down here. Here's the DVD collection that isn't already in a binder. This is where a lot of the collectibles were, but I still have to find the couple of boxes for those. Then we got to figure out how we're going to take care of the Lego stuff. Freaking nightmare is what that is. Lego. Oh my god. Like, seriously, why did I buy this? And the Lego knockoff stuff, that's going to need to be packed. There's still stuff here that needs to be packed. Yeah, it looks incredibly overwhelming, and it is. And I've been going at this now almost solid for 3 weeks, and it does feel like I haven't even made a dent. So yeah, but I have, because obviously if I hadn't have made a dent, then this stuff would still be on shelves, and it isn't. Anyway, yeah. So here we are, May the 11th, and work continues. But I wanted to do a little progress report before I start packing more. Yay. Okay.
No, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Segregation candy. Do, 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 do. Yeah, 6 of those. Oh, those red ones. I've got to eat them last. And Canadian Queensberry of Smarties rules.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
It's the view that I'm going to miss. Not because it was particularly pretty, but because occasionally something interesting would happen. Something coming into range very soon. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cue it. There we go. I'm gonna miss. I'm so gonna miss. Ooh, there's even one taking off in the distance.
Another one? Same side?
One landing, yeah, second runway in the distance taking off. Oh, I'm so gonna miss that.
Okay.
The world of work has changed. We have too. Yes, you certainly have. What?